Alright guys, welcome again to 1931 Scheherazade. It's been a while, but we're back. And we're just jumping straight in, because after the Cthulhu episode, we kind of immediately jump into the scripted event that is going on in the game. You could say, scripted event, whatever. Alright, let's just begin.
Hey Sadie, do you have your old classes picked out for the summer session?
Sadie stares into the void in awkward silence.
Don't tell me Miss Bookworm of New York 1930 forgot. We have to sign up for classes for NYU. Summer session starts soon. Some excuse. I'm just trying to decide whether I'm going to take intro to thermonomy as an elective. The biology program at high school wasn't that good. This might be a bit beyond me. Still a little challenging for anybody, right? The class is basically about using the rate of organic decay to date. Oh, I'll be thinking of you fondly while I sleep through the intro to modern music. I would leave my schedule open to survey of empires. Oh, what's this Professor Wolf from? I remember him from Mum and Dad's time at NYU, and he's kind of cool. Well, for what it's worth, I think I'm taking empires. We can band together for heckling if worst comes to worst.
The girls pore over the course catalogues, circling the most exciting or most academic summer offerings. Eventually they finish filling out their forms and hand them over the register. It's taken half the day, but registration has been worth the time. Sadie is now officially a student at NYU. Well, that wasn't too much, apparently. Alright. What can we do now? Well, the thing we need to do is to collect inspirations. We need to get those. And before we do the inspirations, we have to kind of look around and see what we can do. The Bigglesworth Adventure is probably the only one, a story plot-wise, that we can do. First, I think we are very stressful. Did that reduce it? Where is it again? I keep forgetting where it is. Yes, we managed to remove our stress, if we even had any, I'm not sure. Alright, the Bigglesworth Adventure, escape artistry or stealth, leaping or grace, self-knowledge or patience, empathy or hope, leaping or perception, problem-solving or perception. So at least we'll get perception inspirations from somewhere, I can see. And a great way to do this, to find where you can get them, is to first find the perception. It's here, it's in wits. And we click the perception. Where can I learn perception? Look out of the city. How much do we get? Yeah. That's it. Expand by 3? Usually I just keep 1 just. Alright, let's just keep doing that for a while. Just going every day to the Chrysler building and just checking shit out. Why are we getting 3+? Because this says it's giving us just 1, but we're getting 3. Expand perception by 3. I have no idea. Let's take a look at the... It's already at 12. We're getting very fast in this, so I am no problem whatsoever to do this for a while. I'll put it on there. I think that's enough. First, let's have a look at the journal if there's anything coming up. Well, on June 21st, first day of college already. Alright, so we need to do... While we are doing that, I will check again this. The Bigglesworth Adventure, Leaping on Grace, Patience, is there anything? Perception is the one important thing. Alright, escape artistry or stealth. We already have 1 in escape artistry. Yeah, we have 1. Woo! Where stealth would be? That would be probably knowledge. No, wits. We don't have any stealth. Alright, so let's use our... Where was it again? Escape artistry. Where can we learn escape artistry? God damn it. There we go. Where can I learn? Explore the station. Alright. This is... we got climbing +2 and escape artistry +1. Alright, so some things you get more points from, but some you... and others you don't. Interesting. Is it based on the... It's probably based on the primary attribute, the wits and knowledge and stress. So we need to be stressed to learn escape artistry. Alright. And we got a little bit extra from athletics into the climbing. Alright, I understand. But this also should be easier to get charm ones. And I think there was deception was one of the things that we needed in the Bigglesworth adventure. I shall once again check. Escape, leaping or grace, self-knowledge or patience, empathy or hope. No, it was empathy or hope and then patience or something. Let's have a look again. It wasn't any of these, god damn it. Deception, diplomacy, pledging, negotiation, animal handling. We're totally not... How do you even get things? Listen. Where can I learn to listen? Empathy, self-knowledge, tolerance, pause. Problem-solving, language, repair. I keep forgetting what the things are that I need to learn. Leaping was one, and grace was another maybe. God damn it, I keep forgetting them. I should have some sort of paper note here to at least read them. Leaping or grace? Self-knowledge or patience? Self-knowledge, wasn't that one? I think it was. Empathy or hope? Self-knowledge is still in relationships, god damn it. Grace and leaping are the same point. Alright, so let's learn leaping. Go to ballet. There we go. Now we go also pause. There we go. We will just stat up with these. There we go. And now the first day of college. I'll have a little drink. Sadie's running through the halls at NYU.
Late again. Why did I have to watch the matinee? I can't believe I'm going to miss the first day of summer classes. Oh, this is gonna kill me. Hyperventilate.
Sadie slams into a young man, throwing his portfolio and papers everywhere. I just imagine that he bumps into her, and then he doesn't fold them, like accidentally drop them. He, in an anger fit, throws them everywhere. That's more fun.
Hey, which way?
Wait, I remember you. You were the guy I saw on my way to Savoy the other day. Not to mention you're a lot younger than I thought.
Oh, I thought it was the guy thing speaking. Sadie got nervous when he saw a pretty young man. Anyway.
Oh yes, now I remember. You were the young lady with the rather put-up-on friend, weren't you?
I have you know that Anna is only put up on when she wants to be.
You must be new here on campus. You know, you take one professional that you'll learn a lot more when you keep your eyes open.
Maybe you should get your prescription checked. You ran into me.
Well, the least you could do is help me pick up my things.
My, someone's a big reader.
Sadie kneels down with the young man and helps him gather his papers.
Oh.
Field archaeology, huh?
Those are private notes. Please keep them in order.
Oh, an ancient Peruvian burial vase. How do you like it?
Well, it's Henry Morgan Keating's work. That basically makes it real by definition.
Oh yeah, I always thought this one was something that was translated from the Spanish. It was actually written for a Peruvian audience, you know? It just seems a little flat in English, I always thought.
At the risk of being delicate, are you sure you understand it? The Keatings were writing for the nightclub set after all.
Why? Because it's notoriously hard to read. Because groundbreaking and revolutionized archaeological history by proposing new and invasive methods of analyzing burn sites.
I was thinking specifically of the notoriously hard to read part, yes.
Here's your papers. You better leave before you leave the class. I heard some of the professors lock the doors behind them.
Oh, that's just a luncheon to scare freshmen. What class are you going to?
Professor Hemsworth.
Speaking.
Oh, you mean you?
Yes, shall I escort you, Miss?
Keating, as in Henry and Morgana.
Oh, awkward. What follows should by all rights be among the most awkward classes of Sadie's life. Certainly, the professor seems uneasy at first. But as the lecture proceeds, Sadie can't help but relax. Professor Hemsworth talks at 60 miles an hour, and most of the kids have trouble keeping up with the notes. But Sadie actually finds herself halfway impressed. The man loves the subject, and he's not afraid to take questions. He's not mean about it either. And so the class actually flies by for her, if not for the groaning kids around her. After it's done, the professor stops Sadie before she leaves the classroom. I can't help but feel like we got off the wrong foot here.
And how? I thought you were just some kid.
Yes, well, I'm not quite an esteemed professor per se. I'm still a graduate student, and this is my first class. Well, how did I do?
Compared to
what you expected.
compared to what I expected. Very well. Hello, sir.
Please, I'm 5 years older than you, Tops. Call me Nigel.
Okay, Nigel. I'm just saying that this because I think everyone else is a little offended me.
That's the old school of thinking. I want to be friends with my students. I want to know when they think about my teaching style, what we cover. I don't want anyone to be afraid of me.
Yes, Professor. No.
No. Nigel.
Nigel? Anyway, the other students have been thinking, did you think that?
I do think. Therefore I am. Am I messing with your head already? Sort of.
Yeah, I really do seem the consensus to the opinion that maybe 14 books is a little too much reading for a field class.
I read all of these books in my freshman year. I read Keating 3 times.
But you probably went traveling around the world at the same time with archaeological gigs.
No, but I was tutoring 4 to 6 hours a day on top of my coursework. It is doable. Keating or not, we're doing the reading. There will be a quiz every 2 weeks, regardless of location or manner of travel. Well, that is gonna be fun. Alright, how long have we been at this? 14 minutes, we can still do a while. Alright, the Bigglesworth adventure. What else do we need to it? Leaping on grace. That's the only thing we can probably do. Yeah, we will continue on leaping. We will get that up to somewhere. There we go. Oh, there's already something else happening. The morning turns into afternoon, and the day gets ever more hectic. So now Sadie's flat out running across the university campus, racing to be on time for her second run-in with Professor Hemsworth.
I can't believe this. Oh, the second lecture of the summer and I'm already coming in late. What will the professor think? I'm a horrible student. Ah! Then again, I was in the library reading about his latest research. I'm sure he can't fault me for being a motivated student. I read it's all so interesting, I just couldn't help myself.
Just as she's daring to relax, she runs headlong into a tall blonde man once again. Sadie is turning this into a habit, aren't you? Who seems to be carrying 40 or 50 pounds of box equipment. He's probably Sadie's age, give or take, but not dressed like a student. He doesn't really carry himself like a student either. Someone maybe just be that he has the class to look her right in the eye.
Oh, excuse me, miss. I'm awfully sorry about that. Guess I didn't see you coming. Oh, Sadie.
Do I know this man? He does seem very familiar somehow. I could swear he looked just like... Yeah, it can't be. Felix?
Oh, Sadie, it's you. Thank goodness for a moment there. I thought I had, it was just a surprise to see.
Felix! What are you doing here? I haven't seen you in years. Hard time.
Honey, I was just about to ask you the same thing. I'm expected to run into an old friend, literally, I suppose.
Well, I am a student here. Archaeology.
Yeah, it suits you.
Really? Why do you say that?
Well, it's just that when we were kids, you were always into, all that old stuff.
I can't believe you still remember that. It seems so long ago. Anyway, what are you studying here? Let me guess. Engineering?
Actually, I'm not a student, Sadie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions.
Oh, that's fine. I've been hired as assistant in the archaeology department. It's technically only a temporary position, but I'm hoping I'll be able to stay longer if I do a good job.
That's wonderful. But I thought you were working on that factory over in Albany.
Yeah, about that.
This seems
It's like a sensitive topic. I shouldn't push it, especially after we all just met after so many years. That's fine, Felix. I'm actually quite late for class, but how about you meet me for lunch at the cafeteria and we can do some catching up?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I'm supposed to get this equipment over in the lab. And I'm sure I won't be making any good impressions if I make the professors wait.
Yeah, see ya. I'm already behind myself. Gotta go by. Let's meet at Illustrate's cafeteria, okay? Be just like old times.
With that, Sadie runs off, determined not to be any later than she already is.
Alright, I'll see you, Sadie. Just like old times, huh? Sadie, why did you have to be here too?
The day drags by, until at last it's dinner time. Sadie finds Felix at the NYU cafeteria, looking even more nervous than she does. Still, it doesn't take long for them to become comfortable with one another.
I still can't believe we bumped into each other again after all this time. 4 years.
Almost 5. We both have seen when I moved away from Manhattan.
To your father's new job, I remember. So what have you been up to since then? And what brings you back to Manhattan?
Sorry. Sorry about that. This food is a little bit airy. Well, after the move, I started back at the factory too. To help my family. I did time on the floor for a few years before I got promoted to technician.
Of course, you always work with machines.
Yeah, I guess. Not that it made much of a difference in the end. The factory went bust a few months ago. I got to work crop dusting for a while, believe it or not, but the fella who taught me to fly actually lost the airplane to the banks, and... well, even with a license, I don't know work for a pilot without a bird.
Oh, I'm sorry, Felix.
No, that's fine, it happens. Anyway, we decided to move back to Manhattan since we had some friends and a family here. Figured it would be easier to get a job in a big city anyway.
So how did you find your way to NYU?
Well, you know what times they were there. It's almost impossible to find a factory job these days. I think the archaeology department needs someone who could lift heavy things and drive a car. They actually seem like really swell people. Mr. Hemsworth has been bending over backward to tell people who need odd jobs done about me. I did all of them and making almost as much now as Dad was a floor manager at the plant.
Oh, Felix, this is wonderful. That means we'll be able to see each other all the time.
Yeah, it's great.
Felix, is there something wrong with that?
No, I didn't mean it that way. It's just when I saw you in the hall yesterday, I thought I was dreaming for a second. It was kind of a shock. running into you again after all this time.
What, have I aged much in 5 years?
No, 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 that's not what I meant. You look good.
Oh, well, you do. You certainly look taller than I remember. At least.
I certainly hope so. I've only been working on it for 5 years.
Still the same old feelings. So it's going to be fine. So we'll be arguing like kids and getting into all sorts of trouble.
Especially if you're as stubborn as now as you were back then.
Ow! Sadie rubs her fist, which may nail sting as much as feel like his shoulder.
Let that be a lesson for you. Just because I'm older doesn't mean I'm soft.
Of course, never a dull moment. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to meet Professor Hemsworth in 10 minutes. He says he has to tell me about my next assignment. Sorry, he probably is the nicest boss I've ever had. I wouldn't want to leave him hanging.
No, you definitely don't. But yeah, I'll see you soon. You know where to find me, right?
Of course, your aunt's place. How could I forget? Especially after all those times I had to walk you back.
Hey, you were the one who insisted on it, not me. Now go or it'll be late. 5 years. I can hardly believe how fast the time went by. And even though he looks different, it's still the same feeling. I'm sure things will be back for the way in no time. Right?
Let's hope there will be. But now, we shall save the game, and I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.